The ITV news presenter Mary Nightingale is actually married to Paul Fenwick, a television producer and former HR director at Trailfinders. The couple married in New York City back in April 2000, and more than 2 decades later, they're still together. But here's where it gets interesting. Because while millions of people recognize Mary Nightingale from their TV screens every night, almost no one knows anything about her life behind the camera. No drama, no headlines, no oversharing. Just a quiet, private life that she has protected for years. So who is Paul Fenwick? What is their relationship really like? And how did one of Britain's most recognizable news presenters manage to build a successful career without ever putting her personal life in the spotlight? Let's break it all down. Before she became the face of ITV News, Mary Nightingale was just a student, studying English at the University of London's Bedford College. But even then, there was something clear about her path. She was drawn to storytelling, not entertainment, but real stories, real information, real-world events. And unlike many presenters who start locally, Mary's journey began internationally. She worked in Japan as a writer and presenter for World Business Satellite on TV Tokyo. That experience shaped her style: calm, clear, and globally aware. She later worked with Reuters and BBC World, building a reputation as someone who wasn't just reading the news. She understood it. And that difference is what set her apart. Mary Nightingale didn't become a household name overnight. Her rise at ITV was built on consistency, year after year, broadcast after broadcast. She became one of the most trusted voices in British news. Eventually, she secured her place on ITV News at 10, one of the most prestigious roles in UK journalism. And it wasn't just viewers who noticed. In 2004, she won her second Newscaster of the Year award, a recognition that confirmed what many already knew. She wasn't just good. She was one of the best. But while her professional life was becoming more visible, her personal life remained almost invisible. And that was intentional. Now let's go back to the question that brought you here. Mary Nightingale's husband, Paul Fenwick. Unlike Mary, Paul has stayed almost completely out of the spotlight. He's worked behind the scenes as a television producer and previously held a senior role in human resources at Trailfinders. The two got married in April 2000 in New York City. And since then, they've built something rare: a long-lasting relationship without public drama, without constant media attention, without turning their personal life into content. And in today's world, that's unusual. Mary and Paul have 2 children together, and they live in Hammersmith, West London. But here's what makes their story different. You don't see their children in the media. You don't see family headlines. You don't see personal stories being shared publicly. And that's not by accident. It's a choice. Mary Nightingale has always drawn a clear line between her public role and her private life. And she's protected that line for decades. In an era where many public figures share everything, Mary Nightingale did the opposite. She built a successful career without sacrificing her privacy. She became a trusted national figure without turning her personal life into a headline. And her marriage? It's lasted over 20 years, quietly, consistently, without attention. And maybe that's the real story here. Not controversy, but stability. And now you know the truth behind Mary Nightingale's personal life. Not headlines, not controversy, but a story built on balance, privacy, and consistency. In a world where everything is shared, she chose to keep what matters most, private. And maybe that's what makes her story so different. Not just the career she built, but the life she protected along the way.